right, well, good morning, everyone. It is just a real honor and joy to get to be here with you this morning. Thank you so much for having me to share about Louisville ISD. I do love this school district, and I love our community, and it's just an honor to get to serve our community alongside of all of you, and thank you, Liz, for that beautiful introduction. Most importantly, while I'm very proud of the title of superintendent, as Liz shared, I'm most proud of the title of mom. I graduated my oldest with the class of 2024, so I'm not only superintendent mom, but I also have a proud LISD alumni as well. And then I have a freshman at Hebron High School, and my sweet husband, John, that puts up with the crazy schedule that we keep. We will be married 25 years in June. So very thankful for his support and all that he does to keep our family going while I'm serving our community. Well, anytime that I get a chance to talk to people, I always like to remind everybody who we welcome to our school district this school year. And so you'll see on the screen our kindergarten class is now the class of 2037.
Wow.
Right? And so we're going to graduate the class of 2025, and we're incoming the class of 2037. And then if you think about it, we actually serve 4-year-olds in some of our programs, and we serve 3-year-olds in some of our programs. So that's the class of 2038 and the class of 2039. That's getting dangerously close to the class of 2040, people. So I don't know about you, but that's a really tall task that a school district has in front of them, to ensure that we're doing what's necessary, that our kids that are going to walk the stage in May are ready to enter the workforce, ready for their next step after high school, and that we adapt and grow and ensure that we are changing like we need to in order to meet the needs of the class of 2037. So I always like to remind people that we are one of the top 20 largest school districts in the state of Texas. There are about 1,200 school districts in our great state of Texas, and you actually are helping support one of the top 20 largest. And I know with the service that you all do in our community, that you are helping our students and our families be able to come to school each and every day and learn. And we're so very grateful for that. I would tell you, we set the standard in Louisville ISD for public education. Not only in how we educate our kids, but in how we come together as a community. And one of the reasons we have the privilege of setting that standard is because of the fact we're one of the largest school districts in the state of Texas. We have over 47,000 students this school year. We have over 6,000 staff. And we have the 3rd largest footprint in the North Texas area. If you can imagine that, it can take easily over an hour to get from one end of our district to the other just because there's lots of stoplights in between. We have 69 campuses, a total of 79 sites, and that means we have almost 10 million square feet of facilities in our school district, and we graduated over 4,000 students in the class of 2024. And we have 2 days of graduation. It's 2 of my favorite days of the school year. I shake all 4,170 hands as they walk across that stage. One of the things that I love about Rotary and am so appreciative for is service above self. And I absolutely join you in that approach and how I work to lead this school district. We lovingly call what I do Rapp on the Road. Our communications team that Liz is a part of has taken my last name and they use it in all kinds of ways. And what turned out to be my first 100 days in the job of going out into our community has just become the mantra for how I lead the school district. And so I am so proud to be out in our community, supporting our staff, our students, our families, and all of our community members as you all work so hard to make our community just the beautiful place to live that it is. And I'm so proud of what we do in Denton County. I want to remind everybody that as we lead our school district every day, we're actually guided by this as our vision and mission. When our students walk across that graduation stage, we want them to be confident. We want them to be equipped with the knowledge and skills that they need for whatever that next step may be, like I said, after they walk the stage. And our mission every day is to engage and inspire learners and leaders. We are all, regardless of our role, we are learners as we work to always better ourselves. And we are leaders, and I say to everybody, our kids are watching us, and our kids are counting on us. We're guided in our school district by the 4 cornerstones that you see there on the screen. Of course, we want to be top-notch for student learning with the skills that our kids need, but we also know they need a positive experience and a safe environment to come to each and every day. And then we know we also are taking care of the most precious resources in our school district, which is our kids that are our future, along with, of course, your tax dollars and all that goes along with that. And then we're proud of how we engage together as a community. Our theme this school year is around everyone supporting our public schools. When I got into the role, one of the things that I wanted to do across our 127 square miles is really come together as what we call one Louisville ISD. And so every year we have a little bit different theme. Last year it was that we could be the one for kids, and this year is that it's going to take everyone to support our public schools in our community. So I want to start first with community engagement and just a little bit of information there about that cornerstone. I really firmly believe at the root of my soul that our public schools and the magic of our public schools is that it brings our community together. In fact, I really can't stand to hear it when people call your public schools government schools. What a disservice to what goes on every single day. Your public schools belong to your community. They are your community schools. And I'm so thankful for all of you, like I said, with that large footprint, what you do, and I know that you all engage in many, many things in our community that support our families and our students. And we too, as a school district, are proud to join you in service to our community. And so when you look at these numbers, every year, in fact, we just are wrapping up our Stuff the Pantry that goes to food banks in our area. Of course, Christian Community Action is one of the largest food pantries that we serve as well. Our school district, with your help, with our family's help, collects over 60,000 pounds of food to help serve our families. And for many of our families, when they go to Christian Community Action and they go to the food pantry, that is the grocery store for them. In fact, students in our families who are served by that food pantry may not actually have been in a typical grocery store, right? And so we are proud to be the place that collects food for our community as well. We're about to launch our Adopt an Angel program. We serve over 3,600 students in our community every winter by gathering gifts for Christmas and helping students who might not wake up on Christmas morning to something under the tree, helping them have something there to wake up to. And then we also are very proud of our Back to School Fair. That's a huge community effort that we have in August every year before school starts, where students can come get backpacks of school supplies, they can get haircuts, they can get immunizations and physicals and vision and health screening. We served over 3,000 students at our August Back to School Fair, and we continue to be able to provide school supplies as students come join us throughout the year. And then in November, we're getting ready to celebrate our veterans. And I love our Veteran Day events in our community. We're proud that our schools host and recognize our community members that are supporting our country and are serving to protect us and provide the freedoms that we have each and every day. And we're proud to honor them. And so those are just a few examples of how we work to ensure that we have service with our students and that we're joining together as a community to take care of one another. I know you all are involved in the Louisville Education Foundation, and I'm so very thankful for that. In September, we went around and awarded 64 teacher grants that totaled over $96,000. And we know that you all have a student scholarship as well, but I appreciate all the support of our Education Foundation who lifts up and supports our school districts as well. One of the most important things that we do is get feedback from our families. We survey them every single year. We ended last school year with a 95% approval rating of our schools. 97% of our parents were satisfied with our safety protocols. We actually had more than 46,000 hours of volunteerism happening in our school district. And we were recognized in all of the Metroplex For the Volunteer Now Award, we went down to Dallas and were recognized for that award, and we're so thankful for the volunteerism. And then I'm so proud of our Council of PTAs. We have very robust PTAs in our schools. Everyone can join PTA, whether you have a child in our school or not, but they actually won an advocacy award for advocating for public schools and public education. We know there's nothing more important than every day ensuring that those 69 schools are safe for our kids. And we're very proud of our school safety program. I'm very thankful for our communities that we live in. We have wonderful partnerships with our law enforcement. And we established in the 23-24 school year our Guardian program, which is now 50 armed campus guardians at our elementary schools. Our middle and high schools already have school resource officers. And it also provides guardians to our outdoor areas, LISD, where our students go for nature and environmental learning, along with our career centers. I would say to you that we are working to tell our legislature that we need more funding for school safety. We currently receive $1.5 million to implement this required school safety program that was passed in the last legislative session around armed security personnel. We're spending $6 million in order to keep our children safe. So I would encourage you to join with me in telling our elected officials that they need to fully fund school safety in our communities. One of the most important things you as a community can continue to help me do is recognize our great staff and our teachers. I would tell you this morning that unfortunately in Texas and nationwide, we are facing a teacher shortage. And I shared that with you the last time I came and spoke. But I'm thankful because of our community and how we work to support our schools. We actually have one of the lowest teacher turnover rates in the DFW area at 18%. The state turnover rate is 21%. But y'all, before the pandemic, the turnover rate was closer to 12%. What we know is that 78% of Texas teachers are considering leaving the profession. We have to wrap our arms around our public educators and tell them how much we appreciate them. And I'm proud of the program that we have in our district. You can go on any of our campus web pages. You can click on a Recognize Someone button, and you can say thank you to any of our staff members for the work they're doing every single day. And I just encourage you to help me with that. We had over last school year 7,000 Recognize Someone submissions, and those pictures on the screen are our teachers actually posting those Recognize Someone cards in their classrooms. When it comes to student learning, we are very proud of our 4-year graduation rate. We graduate 95% of our students. 87% of our third graders read on grade level or met the requirements of their IEP and their special education program. 87% of our third graders are on track for math. We track that third grade readiness because we know that's critical for the rest of elementary, along with setting the foundation for middle school and high school. And 94% of our seniors demonstrated readiness for college and career. When it comes to student experience, we serve our students who speak over 89 different languages in our community. And we continue to grow more diverse with every school year. We have 35% white, 31% Hispanic, 16% Asian, 12% African American, and then less than 5% American Indian, Pacific Islander, 2 or more races. Up to 39.5% of our students in Louisville ISD are economically disadvantaged, which puts them at risk for dropping out of school. Before the pandemic, that number was closer to about 30%. So think about how fast that economic insecurity has grown for our families that we're serving. And what I appreciate about our community, the way we all wrap our arms around our students and our families, it helps us ensure that economics do not determine destiny for our kids. Think about the graduation rate that I just told you. We have a 95% on-time graduation rate, but 39% economically disadvantaged would tell you our graduation rate should be closer to 60%, right? That's our community supporting our public schools and our great public schools in action. We served over 6 million meals last school year to our students. We know that our child nutrition is some of the most important nutrition many of our students get each and every day. And our buses traveled over 3 million miles in that huge 127 mile square footprint. The only person maybe rivaling our buses with millions of miles is Rapp on the road every single day. We're very proud of our 95% attendance rate because if kids are not in school, they cannot learn. And so we're very proud we have one of the highest attendance rates in our state. We're home to 3 of the top 10 6A marching bands in the state. We have 42 state and national champions in athletics. We have 94% of our parents that say their kids are glad to come to school every day. And 82% of our students are involved in a club or an organization, just like how you are here today. And we know that that is so important. When it comes to student experience, I say that our biggest classrooms are our stadiums, and we love having them in action. Y'all, we serve over 6,000 students on a Friday night that are filling our stadiums from across our school district, 3,000 of our community members. We welcome over 9,000 people when we host the Battle of the Axe and the Mound Showdown. What a great opportunity for our community to come together when those Friday night lights come on. And then when it comes to resource stewardship, we have been named one of the best places to work since 1997 because I am also running the largest business in Denton County with what I do. So I'm very proud of our staff indicating that. We have 4 State Teacher of the Year finalists. We're a 20-time consecutive recipient of excellence in financial reporting, and we've been named an Energy Star Partner since 2021 for our energy management. Thank you for your support of our bonds, and I want to show you just a quick video about the progress we've already made, and it hasn't even hit the year mark since the November bond passage. Because that is helping us continue to take care of our school district for the next 5 to 7 years as we take care of critical maintenance and updates. And again, I'm so proud of what we've done, and we haven't even hit the year mark since the bond passing in November. Our Board of Trustees does an excellent job of financial management for our school district, paying off bonds with 20-year debt cycles. And actually that yellow part, you see one tax rate, but it functions in 2 different ways for us. And that yellow part of the tax rate, that 37 cents, is what pays back voter-approved bond debt. Our board, not only did you pass over $1 billion in bonds to support us over the next several years, our board actually lowered the tax rate by $0.01 since passing that. That's a testimony to their financial management. But definitely one of the things that you're hearing right now in the community is about our enrollment and the changes that we're facing there. When you look at our enrollment trends and the forecast for the next 10 years, we actually peaked in enrollment at about 53,000 in 2015, 16, 17. And so we're trending towards leveling out at about 45,000. A couple of contributing factors to this decline in enrollment for us: our average existing home price in our school district's $492,000. So we don't attract a lot of younger families with kids. They move north right now to Melissa, Anna, Prosper, Argyle, Denton. And there's just a lot lower birth rates in general as well. And our industry is built on children. And we're funded based on how many kids show up every day. So when you have that steep of an enrollment decline, you're also ultimately losing revenue as well. During our fast growth period, we built 42 of our 69 buildings in the 1990s and the 2000s, right? And so when I joined the school district in 1996, there were only the 3 high schools, and of course now we have the 5. So we do what we do best in Louisville ISD, and that is go to our community with complex challenges that we face. We put together a community efficiency committee of 50 people from across the district to conduct an efficiency assessment of our schools. And they reported on those assessment results. Part of what we are looking at as we operate are the impacts of inflation. And 2 of the things I would point out to you are our electricity bill over the last 4 years has increased $3.4 million. Our property and casualty insurance over the last 4 years has increased over $4.2 million. That's not the total bill. That's the dollar increase of the bills, right? We're running, again, one of the largest businesses in our county, and we're facing a crisis with public education funding in our state, with Texas ranking near the bottom of funding your public schools. In fact, Texas is $4,000 behind the national average. So the impact to your school district is that for the first time ever in over a decade, we were not able to give a raise to our wonderful staff. We had to make changes to our middle school schedule. We're having to look at every expenditure that we have, including how many buildings we own through the community efficiency process and any low enrollment electives. And so I'm calling on everyone to help us advocate with our legislature and our government that we need to see an increase to the basic allotment. That's how much we're funded per student. It hasn't changed since 2019. It's at $6,160, and it needs to increase by about $1,300 to combat inflation. And we will ultimately together face these challenges around what we do to keep our public schools strong and thriving in Louisville ISD. We have not made any decisions about any school closures. We simply have conducted an efficiency assessment. We've identified 10 schools for possibly school retirement and 10 possibly for boundary adjustments, and we will report to our community as we continue to walk through that process and listen to our community before our board makes decisions in December. I'm just going to close with this quote. 100 years from now, it won't matter what kind of car I drove, what kind of house I lived in, or how much money I had in the bank. But the world may be a little better because I was important in the life of a child. Thank you for supporting your school district, and I'm happy with the last 5 minutes before y'all do your regular wonderful celebrations to answer any questions as well.
All right.
Thank y'all so much.